Hey guys, in the last 3 videos tutorials, we added enemies, we spawned allies using drag and drop, we triggered some projectiles from enemies and allies, and also make the characters to take damage. In this video, we are gonna add a health bar to show the amount of life of each character and also change their color when they get hit. Let's go through it. Let's create a health bar above the enemy and allies. To do this, I'm going to add the enemy prefab into the scene and then create a canvas. First thing, I'll set the canvas scalar as the same as the canvas from our scene. So I'm going to canvas in our scene, copy component, go to our new canvas under the enemy and paste component values. So now we have the same scalar, and then let's set this to world space and reset the position. Now let's create an empty component under the canvas and call this health bar. Under the health bar, we will need an image to represent the bar. Let's change the image to use this life bar. Change the canvas ordering layer to 5 and also resize the image to fit well just above the character. I think that's fine. Now we have a health bar. Let me just save this and apply this for all enemies. Going to hide this and play just to see if the other enemies are correct. Okay, fine, we have a health bar. Let's remove the enemy from the scene and go to our enemy prefab. So first let's change this to white bar and duplicate and call this red bar. Let's go change the color to red. Change the image type to filled to horizontal. When the enemy or ally get any hit, this number will be decreased until reach 0. So let's create a new script called health bar. Attach to our health bar and open the script. So first, let's import Unity UI and then create a field called HP image and another one for life manager. In the life manager, we have the event to know when the life changed. So let's listen this event, life manager dot on life changed plus equals to handle life changed. Create a new method. Let's change this to life. Fill amount expects a value between 0 and 1. So for this, let's divide life by full life. And also remove the on life changed listening on destroy. Going back to Unity, let's set up the health bar component. It expects the HP image. In this case, will be the red bar image. And also, let's set up the life manager, which is the enemy component. Let's test the changes. Let's add some allies. Great, the red bar is decreasing every time the enemy gets hit. Let's do the same for the ally. So let's create a prefab for our health bar. As the canvas from the ally will be pretty much the same as the canvas in the enemy, I'm going to copy the canvas, paste the canvas here, the life manager, I'll set the ally. The life bar is not appearing, so I'm going to reset the canvas position. Alright, cool, so that fixed the problem. And then also let me update the position of the health bar just above and centralize it related to the character. Alright, I think that's fine. And let's do the same for our ally fancy. And then we also need to change the life manager, get the reference of our ally fancy. Display. Now when we add allies to the scene or even fences, we can see the life bar decreasing. Now let's change the color of the sprite when the enemy or ally got hit. To do this, let's go first to our enemy script. First, to change the color, we need to get the reference of our sprite renderer. So let's move this code to awake. And then let's create a new attribute called sprite renderer and use it here. Alright. When the life decreases, you want to change the color of the sprite to red for a small fraction of seconds. And to do this, I'm going to use a library called Dotween, and you can download from this site. I download the zip file and unzip to this .tween folder. To import, we just need drag and drop the folder into our assets folder. When Unity import the Dotween package, it will show this modal, this utility modal, and then we can click here in setup Dotween and wait for the compilation process has been finished. Once it's done, just click on apply, close this window. Let's get back to our script. And to use it, we need first to import Dotween. Go back to our take damage, sprite handler. Now you see we have a bunch of methods started with do. All of them belongs to Dotween. So let's use this do color. The first parameter is the end value of the color. We want color red, and then the duration. Let's set this to 0.2 seconds. And also we have set loops. We want this to go back to our original color, which is white. So will be 2 loops, and the loop type will be yo-yo. Let's play and see how it goes. If I add a new ally and also fences, you see red and goes to white. Even though Dotween has a safe mode where it takes care of unexpected occurrences, like a twin's target being destroyed while playing, it's a good practice to kill the twin if it's not in use. Let's create a new variable to store the object created by doColor method. Let's remove this. So every time we take damage, we want to store the reference of the twinner. First, let's create a method to safely destroy the twin. And then let's check if the twin is not null and is active and is playing. If all of them is true, call the kill method. This should be called before create a new twin and also on destroy. This will guarantee the twin won't be alive when the component was destroyed, or even when create a new twin calling this doColor. Let's go back to Unity and test our changes. Let's add allies and fences. You can see all of them were destroyed. The sprite color has been changed and no errors in the console. So for the ally, we are going to do the same as we did in enemy. So first, let's create a reference for sprite handler, get component on awake, and then I'm going to copy and paste the same code that we have done for enemy into ally. And we cannot forget the twin core attribute. Okay, let's test. Let me add one ally, fences. Let's see if those are changing the color. Yeah, as you can see, when they got hit, they are changed the colors and we don't have any error in console. So that's great. So before wrap up in this video, I want to do a refactor here. Because we have this duplicated code, we have the take damage that equals to take damage in ally and enemy. Also this is the same in both. I'm going to change this I take damage interface to a mono behavior object and move all things related to take damage to that script, and also remove this I take damage from the enemy. So let's do this. Let's remove this first and also from allies, and then change the take damage to public class take damage, inheriting from mono behavior. Let's move the onDestroy, take damage, and safe destroy twin methods from the enemy script into the take damage script. Now you see those errors. They are complaining about the missing variables. Let's move them from enemy into here. So let's start with the life manager, cutting it from enemy and paste into the take damage. The other variable is the sprite renderer. So let's also cut it from enemy and paste into the take damage, get its component on awake. And then let's cut the take damage twin variable and paste it into the take damage script and import the .twin namespace. You see this error is complaining about the name of this method. Let's change the class name to take damage manager, and this will be take damage, and then clean up the enemy script. We don't need this anymore. Let's remove this start, is not being used. Let's also remove things related to take damage in ally script. Also, we don't need twin, and we don't need this onDestroy. We don't need take damage function. We don't need safe destroy twin. Okay, cool, both are clean. Now let's rename this I take damage class to take damage manager. Going back to Unity, scripts, I take damage. I'm going to rename this to take damage manager. Great. But now we have a problem in our projectile. So instead of I take damage, will be take damage manager. In order to make this work, the ally and enemy prefab must have the take damage manager component. First, let's drag it into our ally fence and set the life manager into it. Let's also add it into the ally prefab and set the life manager too. The last but not the least, our enemy prefab must have the damage manager component and the life manager set correctly. Okay, great. Let's test and see if it works. Let me add some fences and also allies. Great, they are taking damage and change their color. Okay, nice. So just to review what we have done, now with this refactoring, we remove duplicated code from enemies and ally, and all code related to taking damage will be on this script, take damage manager, which now the code is more centralized and easier to maintain. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching this video and I hope you are enjoying it. In the next video, we will create a system to gain coins when an enemy has been killed and use the coins to add allies to the board. I will let the link of the branch with the code and assets that I used in this tutorial in the description below. See you in the next tutorial. Thank you and bye!